Good morning. This is Nick from Decryptica, where we focus on easy passive income sources so that you can live the life that you want to. I hope you're all having a great weekend today. It's Sunday, and we had a little update from Forex yesterday on Saturday, nonetheless, not on his Tuesday, Thursday schedule. So that was kind of fun. Fun event for Saturday afternoon, but it was a nice little AMA. It lasted about an hour, 15 minutes, and it went over a couple updates from covering the animal farm, covering the Apeswap partnership, and a couple other little things. So I took a bunch of notes for you guys, and we're gonna go over those today. So I put a lot of work into this. I hope you guys appreciate the content. If you do, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click like on this video, click the notification button if you want to be notified when my next videos come out, and put your comments below as to what you think about these things that we're about to review. I hope it's all helpful to you, but I wanted to go over just a couple little quick quotes that Forex said during the AMA that kind of caught me and just really shed a light onto his vision and his personality, I guess you could say, his type of person that he is. And he just said, I'm about the long-term vision, and the long-term vision is what's important to me, and I believe anyone who is in it for the long term is gonna come up big. And this just kind of gives a glimpse as to the type of developer, the type of project guy that this is. He's not in it to do a quick project and get in and get out. And he wants to do a long-term ecosystem, and you can see this by just the other projects that he's developed and what he's done so far. It's been a full year that DRIP has been out. Animal Farm has been out for almost a half a year, I think now. And he has the REAP and the BREAP before that, so he's really building a whole ecosystem, and he's put a lot of work into building that ecosystem. And I think that gives some credit to him as to, we shouldn't be expecting a rug any minute now, because we can have some past history with this guy. So that really gives me some confidence and some bullish attitude towards Forex. I really like what he's doing here. So anyway, before I drone on anymore, let's get into the bullets and see what you guys think. Okay, so first for the animal farm, just some general miscellaneous kind of updates. The dogs token migration is going to be starting next week, probably Monday morning. He said it should take about a week or so to give everybody enough of a chance to send their dogs into the crediting contract. And then after that week is up, he'll start the crediting migration process. And he didn't give a whole lot of details as to how the process is going to work, but I would assume it's going to be pretty much exactly like the pigs migration, where we have to withdraw any dogs that are staked onto the site, and then go to the crediting page, and then basically deposit all of them, send them all to whatever address that it's set up to, and then we're good from there. Everything will be recorded and all that, and then after the week is up, or after the 2 weeks, or whatever, how long it takes, we'll receive dogs version 2 tokens back into our wallets or back into our stakes, or however that's going to work. So there was no fine details, but all those details, I'm assuming, will be announced as soon as that launches on probably Monday. In addition, he said there's going to be several small UI updates to the Animal Farm website coming up in the next couple of days. He didn't go into details as to what they are, but it didn't sound like anything huge, just some little tweaks here and there. He said that the remaining 2% of Pigs version 2 tokens will be credited to approximately 700 people. I guess there was a couple little issues, or a couple people that didn't credit all their tokens in when they were supposed to. I don't know the details, but there's approximately 2% of the Pigs V2 tokens that still need to be credited out, so that's going to be done this week. There's also going to be a governance vote soon. He didn't say when exactly, but he wants to ask everybody if we should sell some of the cake yields that they've been generating in the background all this time to give out in the Pigpen rewards, or if we should wait and reevaluate it in a month or so and hope that the cake price rebounds, because he said he just hates to sell cake at this price. It went down about 50% just within the last couple of weeks. So he's hoping to get some of that dollar value back for everybody. So he's going to open a governance vote to see what the bulk of us want to do. In addition, he talked a little bit about the dogs game that I talked about just in my last video here. If you want to see that video, click up in the top right corner. I'll put in up a little notification card. But the basics is this. He's still verifying if it's going to work. He hasn't said that this is actually coming, but it's something that he's working hard on and still trying to verify that it's going to work. But he was fairly confident that that it'll happen. So it basically goes that you send in 1 or 5 dogs, and you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning. If you win, you'll get the whole pot, or a good portion of the pot, or a designated, depending on how many dogs you send in. I don't know if it's a certain multiplier of how many you send in, or if it's an actual jackpot kind of a thing. But anyway, so if you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning, otherwise if you lose, it burns those dog tokens. This of course increases the dog's transaction level, which increases the fees collected and hence distributed to the animal farm owners. And it increases the burn rate, of course. So the more tokens that we burn, the higher that the price theoretically will go, and it just helps that market floor. And of course, it's a very easy to play and understand game, so anybody should feel confident in what they're doing. It's pretty easy to understand. So that's just a quick review of the little game that he's trying to develop. Don't know if it's going to be launched or not. Don't have any dates, but that was just some details on how it would work. All right, so let's move on to the next card. All right, so next up we have some little updates regarding the DRIP UI and Pancakeswap. For the DRIP UI, the testimonials have been compiled. They are working on the team system and a new airdrop functionality that's going to allow us team owners to do airdrops in a single transaction, which is going to be freaking awesome. It's going to save gas. It's going to save a lot of time. Basically, they're going to batch all of the user IDs that we want to airdrop to, and basically send that into the contract as a single array. And so we'll only have to do a single transaction confirmation on our side, and then it'll split them all up in the back end. So that's gonna be freaking awesome. I'm looking forward to that. He said they will be live by the time that Apeswap starts promoting their new partnership, and he said that should be in a couple weeks. No hard date on that yet. Of course, it's still a little ways off, but it should be a couple weeks. But he's expecting that we will be live with the new UI by the time the Apeswap starts promoting, so that all of the new eyes onto the DRIP system, the DRIP ecosystem, will be seeing the new, better UI. So he of course has said in the past that the new UI is 100% done, but obviously not. They're still working on the team system. So I'm guessing that by him saying that before, he meant that the design was done, but not all the programming. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it regardless. It should be a great update for the site. Really excited to see it and be able to work with it. And that new airdrop functionality is going to be great for us. So on to Pancakeswap. He talked a little bit about that, not a whole lot, but he said that he's still in partnership talks with them. He said that basically they're planning to continue staking all of the LP tokens except for the native tokens, the drip dog and pigs. They're all going to be held there on Pancakeswap and accumulating yield. But he's looking into time locking options with the Pancakeswap team so that they can earn additional yield on the back end. And he said any formal partnerships with them would be more for co-promotion than anything, because of course they are the largest swap DEX in DeFi space. They are the original OGs, so to speak. So any partnerships with them would be for promotion purely, just to get a lot of eyes on us. So we'll see where that goes in the future. All right, on to the next. All right, so this next one was regarding Animal Farm Vault, and I think he's glanced on this topic maybe a couple times before, but I can't remember the details. He kind of glossed over on this one, so if you guys have any insight into these, please post them in the comments below. so that we can all be educated. But I'm not sure I grasp the whole concept of this, but it has something to do with bringing on other dev teams and allowing their projects to earn additional yields or earn yields using our farms. And it's basically a promotional opportunity for both sides, right? So they're going to be promoting new projects, and those projects will have their own tokens, and those tokens will be paired up with our tokens as an LP. It's going to be using our native assets as a reserve, and then they'll just pair up with our tokens. So, and then their rewards are going to be paid out in their token, which is good because we don't want to inflate our supply, right? Because that's going to affect price and sell pressure. But it's going to provide a continuous cycle of hype and new users to our ecosystem, which is going to be great. So when all the new projects are onboarded, he said it's going to be like once a month or something like that. Once those projects are onboarded and brought onto the system, that brings a whole new set of users and eyes and new users and new users' eyes, onto the DRIP and Animal Farm ecosystem. So anybody that we can gain attraction to our ecosystem through using other projects is going to be a benefit for both sides. All right, and the final topic of the day was the Apeswap partnership, and this is the thing that most of everybody in the AMA really wanted to hear about. So he said that he looked all around to different dexes to find out who would have the best deal for the animal farm. He really wanted to ensure that all of the APYs and the staking details were going to be worked out, or when they were worked out, that it was going to be the best deal for us in the long run, for us in the ecosystem, and for just in general. He was looking for the best deal. So he said he's still ironing out the fine details, but the new Apeswap project is going to be called Jungle Build, and it's going to act like a type of a bond note. So basically, from what he's saying, we're going to be able to stake DRIP and DRIP BUSD LPs, and we're going to get an NFT in return, which earns us yield in DRIP and lets us get Banana, their house token, for under market price. So that could be really interesting. I don't know if those of us in the ecosystem already would find interest in this, but it would definitely bring additional eyes onto the ecosystem for those that are not involved in DRIP already. They're going to look into this and see and just see what the ecosystem is all about, and they're going to have benefits for staking our DRIP token. He said the DRIP will be one of 5 token offerings. We don't know what the other ones are, but there's going to be lots of marketing involved around this once Apeswap launches it. So this is going to be a huge benefit for us. It's going to get a lot of eyes onto our ecosystem, which is, of course, a good thing. It's going to incentivize people to buy and stake DRIP. And he said he went into a lot of talks with Apeswap to really make this deal sweet for us. And he said, he required certain things of them, and they were pretty applicable to these changes. So he said that they wanted to allow us to stake DRIP and DOG LPs in the back end pools, and that the APY had to be over a certain threshold. He didn't say what that threshold was, but he said, it's going to be a fairly attractive APY. And in the back end, it's going to earn us over $40 million in yields per year. That's going to go to the BSD rewards for the pig pen, which he said in the end should result in 3 to 5x earnings from what was the V1 pen. So, of course, any additional earnings for us is a great thing. I know those of us in the V1 pig pen were kind of disappointed with how much we were getting in return. It was just like a couple of dollars, and it's a little bit better now, but I haven't really looked into like tracking it. I've just noticed that it's a slight increase. So definitely any additional yields that we can get per year for staking in the pig pen is going to be a good thing overall. So really looking forward to that. Now that's about the end of the updates that I had. I took a bunch of notes for you guys. I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget to like this video, click subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification if you want to be notified for my next video when it's released, and post your comments post your comments in the comments below about what you think about this update. What part of this are you excited to see? What parts are you kind of meh? What do you think about these updates? Are you excited to see the partnership with Apeswap? Are you excited for the DRIP UI to come out? Are you bullish? Are you trying to get out of the system? What's your thoughts? Tell me what you're thinking right now. So yeah, that's about it. My next video will be coming out probably on the Piggybank, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, don't forget that when you use DecryptoCat, passive can be massive. See you next time.